This is Data Analytics with Python Beginner's Guide, Lesson 6. I remain your instructor, Vincent Hope. Today, we're going to be dealing with merging data from different sources. You can have data, collect or get data from different sources, from different tables, from different sources. So you have to understand how to combine those data for effective analysis. So let's jump right in. Now, data, let me double click this. Okay, data used for analytics can be from different sources. So it is important you know how to combine or merge them in Python. Two data sets can be joined together when they have a common column. So we are trying to learn how to join data. To join data, the data sets should have a common column. Let's take an example. So the first way to do that, let's load the libraries that we need. Import NumPy as MP as usual. Import pandas as PD. Import the operating system. So we run this. We just load this session. It has been loaded now. Now the next thing, we want to create dummy tables or tables that we're going to use for our practice to learn how to join tables. So now to create tables, we use a name student table 1 equals to pd.dataframe. Now student, this represents student ID. Now these are the names of the headings of the columns of your table: student ID, gender, maths, and English. So under the student ID, we simply have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 9. Then gender, we have male, female, female, male. And if you count the records here, it's 9. So if we count this, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So each of them are 9 records. The maths, you have 9 records for the maths. Then English, you also have 9 records for the English. Now if we run this table, student table 1, we run it, we discover that, let me scroll it down a bit. Now we have student ID 1, 2, 3, 4 to 9. We have the gender here, male, female, female, male, male. Then maths, this is the records for maths. Then this is the record for English. So we have 9 records here. Now this is table 1. Now table 2, we're going to create table 2. Let me scroll down a bit, Now the student table 2 will do the same code, equal to pd.dataframe. Now open bracket and the rest. Now say student ID, we have this ID common in this first table 2. We have 1, 3, 5, 6. Now if you notice here you have not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but you have 1, 3, 5, 6, 7. So the student IDs, some of them are not serial, but this is the one we have here. Then we have sex. In the other table we have gender here. Here we have biology, chemistry, physics. Now if we run this table here, you discover that we have this student ID, we have sex, we have biology, we have chemistry, we have physics. So let's look at the both tables together. So what tables do we have? So in the first table we have student ID, we have the same here. Second one here we have gender, but here we have sex. The third one we have maths and English. Here we have biology, chemistry, physics. Now what is the difference? Here the numbers here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. While here you have 1, 3, 5, and you also have, let me scroll down a bit. You also have 6, 7, 8. So they are not together, they are not serial together. So some student IDs are missing. So now let's make progress how we can join them or combine them. Now to combine or merge the two tables, which is student table 1 and student table 2, you use this code. Now we're going to pass all our combination into this file name, which is student records, equal to pd.merge. This is the code for it. pd.merge. Open student table 1, which is the first table. Student table 2, which is the second table. Now, how do you match them? You use the inner merge. The merge inner is the merge method, and what does it do? It keeps records with similar student IDs. We will note that two similar student IDs. Then now you now say the columns to join. What is the column to join on student ID? By the time you now say student records, by the time you run this code, you will discover that it picks the IDs that are similar on both tables. Now, on both table 1 and table 2, you have 1, you have 3, you have 5, you have 6, you have 7, you have 8, you have 9. Now, and those records that are similar in both tables are only 7 records from 0 to 6. Now, it now combines gender, which is maths and English for the first table, and sex, biology, chemistry, physics for the second table. So the both tables have been combined as a single table using the merge code. So we have accomplished that. Let's make progress. Now let's go forward. Now there's another way to join tables. We have combining records using the left join. The previous one we used what we call the inner join, which keeps records with similar IDs. Now, the left join, what does it do? Let's look at it. It said student records 1, which is the first record, first table, pd.match student table 1. First table is given priority. The first table, which is the one, let's go back to the first table. What is the first table here? The first table, this is the first table. It has numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, if you use the left join, it gives this table the priority. It means it considers these records first and joins the second table to it. What does that mean? Let's come back to what we were doing before now. This is left join. So it gives first table, it gives it priority, then adds the second table. How? Left join, then on what? Student ID. Now, when we run these records, what do we see here? We see that the student ID is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is consistent with the table 1. Now, it adds the record from this table, gender, maths, English, and adds the second table. But you will notice something. You will notice that in records, you see some records are empty. Like, for example, the second record here, you see that it has no record for table 2, no record for biology, no record for chemistry, because this is coming from table 2, and this table 2 has no serial ID called 2. So what it does, it gives it blank, 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 or null, null, null records. So no records here. It does the same with record 4 because it's not available in table 2. Not available, not available, not available, not available. The same thing. So it does for those 2 records because they are not available in table 2. Okay, now let's make progress. Now, we also have what is called the right join. Now, combining records using the right join. Now we take another name, student records 2.pd.merge, student table 1, which is the first table, student table 2. Now this right join gives priority to the second table. Now how? You say right, merge method, then on SI, the student ID, columns to join. Then if you run this table here, you will discover it gives priority to the second table. It only shows you 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, which is consistent with the second table, but it still merges the table. Then anywhere there is no record in table 1, it puts a null value. Let's take, for example, if you discover in table 1 we don't have record 10, we also don't have record 11. So it adds a null value to gender, to maths, and to English. Also, it adds a null value to gender, maths, and English for record 11. So that is what the right join does displays. That's how we use the right join. Now let's make progress. If we come here, now if you want to combine the both tables and see all the records, combining records and keep all records, you use the outer join. Now how do we use it? You say student record 3 pd.merge student table 1 first table, student table 2 second table. Now how? Outer join. The merge method combines and displays all records irrespective of whether it's available in table 1 or in table 2 and on which ID, student ID, columns, which are the columns to join. By the time we run this code now we discover that it has all the records are available both from table 1. We have from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It does not eliminate any record. It combines all of them, and anyone that does not have a record, like this one doesn't have a record in table 2, it puts null. 4, 2 does not have records in table 2, it puts null. The same thing here. Table 10 doesn't have gender, maths, and English, it puts null. Record 11 doesn't have gender, maths, English, it also puts null. So this outer join combines and displays all the records from both tables. And finally, if we check, we also have combining records in similar columns. Now, if we notice, we had 2 columns that had the same almost similar records. We had the gender and we had the sex. Now the gender here is male, male, female. There is no record here. Female, female, male here, no record here. Female, female, male, male. So we can combine this gender column and this sex column into one column. So what do? The first thing to do is we rename the gender column in table 1 as sex. So we say student table 1 dot rename columns equals to gender, rename it as sex, comma, in place equals to true, which renames gender to sex in table 1. Then when we have done this renaming, we'll now say student records 4, which is the records where we want to pass it to, pd.merge student table 1 first table, student table 2 second table. It doesn't give anyone a priority. Let's remove this here. Okay. Then how is to use the outer join we used before. Then the merge method combines and displays all records. Then on ID, on which column? Student ID. Now, and not just only student ID, and also on sex columns to join. So you are joining the student ID, you're also joining sex. And by the time you run this code, so you now have, let's look at it properly. You now have this student ID all combined as one. Then the sex all combined, renamed and all combined as one. There is no gender now. We now have maths, English, biology, chemistry, and physics. So this is how you merge records from different tables and from different sources in Python. So I hope you have learned something. So my name remains Vincent Hope.